Welcome back, darlings. This week's video is this black A-Class you can see behind me. It's getting a deep cleaning cleanse and an interior maintenance detail. Done the interior maintenance already, didn't film it. It's really tight inside, so it's really difficult. I need to get a different camera, probably a GoPro for the bonds, I think. Anyway, out here, deep cleaning cleanse. It's going to be foamed, washed, probably with Meguiar's Wash Plus here. The wheels are probably going to take a couple of hits. I'm probably going to use Malco Fast Shop to start with, and then probably a fallout removing base one, probably Bilthamber Auto Wheel for the second pass on them. And then we can take it as it comes after that. I'm probably going to use Nova Luster as the LSP to give it a nice zing, but we shall see. We'll see what the weather plays like, because that could affect what I do for the LSP stuff. Anyway, I can show you around while I get set up and crack on. Starting off with a pre-rinse first, and you can see the amount of brake dust that's coming off by looking at the water in the ground there. So I've got the green tip on here, but I've also got this twisty nozzle. That's fantastic for getting inside the barrels and in the wheel arches and under the sills of the doors as well. So link to that and everything else below. Wheel cleaner of choice today is going to be the Malco Fast Shop. It's a good wheel cleaner. I don't like using it. I've got my respirator and face shield on while I'm using this. It's pretty acrid. But after 5 minutes dwell, it will get rid of nearly everything. And it's fantastic at cleaning the tyres too. The thing is, it's getting into the season where I can start using this easily and leaving it to dwell for a decent amount of time. In the summer, it dries out really quickly and can etch and damage the wheels, so you definitely don't want to do that. In terms of the tyre brush here, I used to have the Tough Shine brush, but now I've got the Inter Detailing one because I lost my Tough Shine one. I would say they're nigh on the same. Easy detail brush for the barrels there. I don't think there's any real difference between the red and the blue. Apparently the red one is slightly heavier duty. I've not noticed anything personally. Viking soft brush for the wheel faces, and a Valet Pro brush that I'm using here, which is the chemical resistant large sash brush. That is great. They did that in two sizes. So yeah, it's a skinny one and a long, the fat one like that, it's about like an inch thick, I think. You know, they've got really long bristles and they do a good job. What I do when I do each wheel, by the way, is I load one up with the product, let it dwell, and as I start working on it, I then go and load the next wheel up with the product, so that's soaking in while I'm doing one, and I do that all the way around the car. Let's say I've done all of that now, second hit on these wheels, and because this is my deep clean and cleanse package, I will spend more time on them. I put on Bilthamber Auto Wheel, so I wanted a reactive wheel cleaner and Stannagloss Forced. That's 5 minutes of dwell time again coming up here. You can see when I scrub it here, the Forced is coming up absolutely clear, so that's good. That means the Fast Shot's done a really good job. That's not always the case, but Forced is a very good follow-up, as is any citrus. And you can see the reactive wheel cleaner here doing a really good job too, in terms of like it's bright purple, so it's just focusing on the ingrained iron fallout, which is fantastic. These wheels came up really well in the end, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And after I've done these wheels, I then go on and start with the pre-wash of the car. So for me here, I'm doing Bilthamber Surfex HD at 5% in all the shuts, and then I'm going to do foam the whole car with auto foam at 4% PIR. You can see here in the wheel arches, I mentioned that rotating nozzle. I've turned it now. It's now firing straight up inside the wheel arch. It's brilliant. No other way I found shifts as much dirt as this. It doesn't matter if you're putting your stubby gun right inside there. There's only so much clearance you get in some cars, and this is reasonably tight. That twisty nozzle, once it's inside, absolutely brilliant. You can also notice there on the rear quarter there's actually some sort of LSP there. The bonnet is completely dead. That front door's got nothing on. It turns out that front door, when I got really close to when I was washing it, had been resprayed. Roof's got a bit, but we'll see how it all holds up to the wash process. So it turns out this isn't a genuine night edition. These chrome bits here have been wrapped and it's starting to lift. I noticed this when I was going around brushing it with the detailing brush. There's the front splitter there, the door sills have also got it, as well as around the 3-point star on the front, and I think the those 3-point star on the back had been wrapped as well, although it was in pretty good condition, so that wasn't such an issue. I'm washing with Meguiar's Wash Plus here. Every time you see me reload it, I've already gone and rinsed it out, and in the rinse bucket, and in actually basically 2 buckets effectively. I'm rinsing it out twice, and then going back with it with the reloading it with the Wash Plus. If you see me spraying it down, I'm using that black detergent nozzle on the pressure washer, which is great because it's got no real high pressure behind it, so it just lets me wet the panel out, and that's because you don't want to let this stuff dry. And I didn't think I was going to have an issue doing that today, but it suddenly started getting a bit sunnier and it had started to dry a bit on the panel, so I thought keep it wet, it'll make it easy for me later on. So built Hamburg Corosol for fallout removal, not you be able to tell on a black car. So I did manage to go for the Nova Luster in the end. I love this stuff. It leaves an incredible depth of finish because it's got some resins in, so it does a bit of filling, and it's really glossy. And then, yeah, I reckon you get about 4 months out of it. I definitely have from the test that I've done on my van, if not a bit longer. Bit of QD in the door shuts to dry them down. I think I'm using the leftover of the McKee's N914 that I had mixed up when I was doing it as rinseless wash. In fact, I still use it a lot, so that's why I keep some of that mixed up. And then going on is we've got Geon Tire Q2Ms. This is their more harder wearing one, the one that's supposedly got ceramic in it. I don't know if it has, but it does last quite well. And I'm using the Carscope brush, and a little review of that up the top there, and links to that below. Now, just for some before and afters, you can see how much of a change this car has really had. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and put me in for one. See you later. Bye bye.